Hello, everyone. We're letting the gallery populate right now of all of our family and friends that are joining us for this exceptional evening. So we'll go ahead and let that happen. And I think we're just waiting for one or two more of our panelists to join us. And so we'll begin in just a moment. Seneca, I'll look to you for a thumbs up of when you actually would like me to begin or when we think all of the guests have been populated in.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
A minute or so.
For those of you joining us in the gallery, we'll begin in just a minute or two. We're letting all of our family and friends join us, and we'll begin in just a minute.
And the chat is open, so there are already some congratulations coming in. And if anybody would like to send messages to one another, the chat is open.
Have we been able to connect to Lynn and Russell, or we're still working on that?
Still working on it.
All right. So for those of you in the gallery, welcome to our awards reception. We will begin in just a minute. We're waiting on just another one or two recipients to join us. And thank you all for joining us. We'll just begin in just 1 minute.
Hi, Carrie. Russell is working on his computer. He's almost ready.
Jackie, your camera looks a little sideways. There you go. Okay, what do you think, Seneca?
We're still waiting on Russell and Lynn, but if you'd like to go ahead and get started, we can do that.
I think it'll be okay because we have a couple of speakers before we start the awards, Dean Flores. So I think we'll go ahead and get started. So Christian, you feeling good about all the people, all our guests? Are they in?
Yes, I see everybody.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started then. So good evening and welcome. We have two groups of people. We have our panelists, our deans and awardees on the screen, and then we have hundreds of family and friends and alumni that are in our gallery. And we just want to thank you all for joining us this evening. My name is Leslie Cervantes. I'm a proud Aggie and a graduate of the class of 1986. I'm the Associate Vice President for Alumni and Donor Relations, and I'm really pleased to welcome you to our first ever, possibly our last ever, virtual Distinguished Alumni Awards program. So thank you all for joining us. While every day is a great day to be an Aggie, this day stands out as an exceptional day. We get to celebrate the achievements, service, and philanthropy of our 9 outstanding alumni. Thank you for joining us. And there will be guests and family and friends who are in the virtual gallery. And so we don't want to shortchange them, even though we can't see them. We're so grateful they all joined us this evening. Before we begin honoring our guests, I would like to introduce some of our special guests for tonight and some of our VIPs that were able to join us. We have several regents joining us in the gallery, and I'd like to introduce Dina Chacon-Reitzel, Amu Devastali, Arsenio Romero, Deborah Hicks, and our student regent, Luke Sanchez, who are joining us this evening. Their support of New Mexico State University is so impressive. And you know, in person, we would certainly give them a round of applause. So if we could do that now, I would love to just give them a virtual round of applause because we really appreciate our regents. Dr. Arvizu, our chancellor, and Dr. Flores, our president, have joined us, and you will hear remarks from them in just a minute. Additionally, we have our deans with us, our academic deans, and they have the honor tonight of introducing these outstanding alumni and recognizing them for their efforts and their achievements. And so I'll be honored to introduce the deans as we work through our awards. I do also want to introduce my new boss. He's in the gallery. Our Vice President for University Advancement and President of the NMSU Foundation is Derek Dixon. He's an alum that comes to us from lots of field experience at other universities and finally decided to come home. And we couldn't be more happy to have him as one of our leaders at NMSU. And so I hope that next year, as we return to our normal in-person event, that you all will get a chance to meet Derek and some of our outstanding team. I also would be remiss if I did not personally thank the alumni team for their hard work in putting this together. And since they're on the screen, I thought they could wave, but Rebecca Galves is our director. We have Seneca Reyna, Carol Ann Garcia, Enrique Solis, and one of our team members is out in the gallery, and that's Danielle Gibbs. And so very, very happy and humbled always by this team's work. We are small, but very mighty. And so I appreciate all that they do. I also would be remiss if I didn't introduce one of our students. Our tech student tonight is Christian, who is from Las Cruces, graduate of Centennial High School and a third-year engineering student. You can't see his face because he's very focused on his job, but Christian, we appreciate you helping us this evening. So I think now we will turn to hearing from our chancellor. So if those of you on the panel will turn off your cameras, except Dr. Arvizu, I would like to introduce you to Dr. Arvizu. He is our NMSU chancellor. He is another proud Aggie, graduated from NMSU in 1973 with a degree in mechanical engineering. He later earned his Master of Science and PhD in mechanical engineering from that little university up the road called Stanford. I'm sure, Dr. Arvizu, you'll agree with me that your engineering degree from New Mexico State weighs even with your Stanford degree. Prior to taking the helm at his alma mater in 2018, Dr. Arvizu led a long and distinguished career in energy research and development, materials and process sciences, and technology commercialization. In fact, this outstanding career and commitment to NMSU earned him his own award on a night just like this as the Distinguished Alumni for the College of Engineering in 2012. Dr. Arvizu is the second alumnus and first Hispanic to be hired as our system chancellor and chief executive. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Arvizu. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Leslie. And gosh, what a wonderful event to get an opportunity. This is clearly the highlight of my day. I'll say it's the highlight of my week. And some of you know I've had an interesting week this week. Let me just be the first of many to just say congratulations to today's award recipients. In particular, we're happy to recognize our distinguished alumni any time of the year. But this is particularly an important occasion because we get a chance really to be all together and hear these just amazing stories. And these alums are really inspirational to our students. So we capture these things, we'll videotape it, we'll make sure that this gets advertised. I'm pleased to observe that the NMSU education of our alumni is really a major contributor in so many ways to their successes. So we're really pleased that that continues. You know, we did this last year, and I, in my remarks last year, I said something to the effect of, I'm glad I was awarded this more than a decade ago, because frankly, I'm not sure I would make the cut these days. These people that we'll honor today are just amazing people with amazing stories. And I just love that the bar gets higher every year. So that's one key observation that I make, and why this is such an honor for me to get a chance to talk about, get a chance to introduce and have an opportunity to talk with all of you in this venue. You know, COVID has changed our world, and you know, we all know in many different ways of how it has changed what we do, and more than likely what we will do going into the future. A few things, you know, we're in the midst right now of a legislative session in Santa Fe, and this whole thing is being done virtually. Very challenging to do when it's about relationships and you're trying to do a variety of things. So it's a constraining environment for us to be in, but we're making the best of it. And I'm pleased to say that I think coming out of this session, this legislature, I think the budget for higher ed is actually going to be supported in a good, strong way and sense. And you know, we need the support from Santa Fe as well as from the federal government. And it looks like we'll be having resources coming our way. So, you know, the challenges that have come our way are difficult. But I think I just want to be the first of many to compliment Dr. Flores for his leadership on the main campus, for our other campus officials at the branch campuses for all that they do for us. They have done a remarkable job in just meeting the challenges of the day. And COVID is such an enormous new I think element in our lives now, that you know, many things are different, and we all know that, and I think maybe John will say a few words about what we're going to do on the main campus. What I will leave you with, because I'm attentive to the fact that you're not here to hear me, you're here to honor our honorees. But I will say a couple of things, and one is you'll notice the one thing that COVID has done is that many of us, you know, who have traditionally only been seen in public with a tie, now don't wear ties. And in fact, you'll notice that today, and I go so far as to say that some of us only dress from the waist up, and you know, below that you got your pajamas on, or your at least your sweatpants, if nothing, you know, that changes the world. It's how you present the upper half of your body. So that was one thing that I noticed. I went to dinner. Cheryl and I went to dinner with some friends the other night, and one of our colleagues made the following statement, which I'll leave you with. And that is what COVID is going to have done to us personally at the end of this, when it's all over and we're back out doing stuff, is we'll have either been a hunk, a chunk, or a drunk. And my friend suggested that he had two of those covered. So I don't know how it is for everybody else, but I'm working on the first and not the latter too. So I hope that that's also true for all of you. So let me just, without further ado, turn this back over to Leslie. Just offer my wonderful congratulations. We're so proud of all of you, the distinguished alums, and we are looking for you know, for you to stay connected with us and to be inspirational to our students going forward. So thank you for all you do and have done for us. It is an honor to get a chance to celebrate with you this very important and prestigious honor that New Mexico State provides. So with all that, go Aggies. Thank you.
Go Aggies. Thank you, Dr. Arvizu. And I have on a suit coat, but that's all I'm committing to right now. I might have my own sweatpants on, just saying, but thanks for joining us. Dr. Flores, I'm now honored to introduce Dr. John Flores, who serves as our president at New Mexico State. He is a renowned food scientist and academic leader, and became Dean of the College of Agriculture and Director of K-State Research and Extension in July of 2012. His research work spans the application of chemical engineering science, applied mathematics, and industrial statistics to the field of food science, food process engineering, and food packaging. He has written more than 220 scientific articles, book chapters, abstracts, and other publications, and delivered more than 250 invited presentations around the world. I actually know Dr. Flores as my co-teacher for our presidential ambassador class. It's one of the greatest parts of my job is co-teaching that class with Dr. Flores. When you see him with students, it's exceptional. His connection, his commitment. And so we're very proud to have him as our leader, as our president of New Mexico State. Dr. Flores?
Thank you, Leslie. Those are very kind words. Appreciate it. And folks, many of you don't know, but Leslie does teach and has a lot of other responsibilities on campus. So Leslie, for all you do for our alumni, but also for our students and our faculty and staff, thank you. And please help me thank the chancellor too, because he has had a few very rough weeks as the legislative session is going on, and he's trying to take care of all the things that are NMSU up in Santa Fe from a distance, obviously this year, but still, he's trying very hard to do the best thing for the university. So let me first of all welcome all of you to this virtual celebration. As Leslie said, hopefully this will be the last one. It's the first one, and hopefully will be the last one. And secondly, I want to congratulate all of our award recipients. Congratulations. This is, we call it the Outstanding Alumni because all of you have had outstanding records of achievement. As I look at each one of you, us as part of the university administration, us as part of the university, we feel very proud to claim you as our alumni and what you have done after you left the university. So congratulations and thank you for everything you've done to really increase the reputation of this place and to help us attract more students to NMSU. The other part that I wanted to say is, as I was looking at the recipients and trying to find out as much information as I could, one of the things that I found is that all of you, almost without exception, there were some qualities that characterized all of you. The first one is that all of you have been looking for new opportunities, new ways to improve things, new ways to serve. So all of you have this desire to continue to look and to continue to learn and to continue to serve and improve not only your life, but the lives around you, all the people that you work with, your families, and your friends, and so on and so forth. So congratulations. This is a great honor, and we're very, very glad that you are our award winners this year. The deans will talk a little more as they come to introduce you. But I wanted to say just a couple more things before I close. First of all, this year has been a very difficult year for everybody, including all the people that work for NMSU, our faculty, our staff, and our students. So the virus has had tremendous impact on everything we do, not only as individuals, but also as teachers, as researchers, as extension specialists, as part of NMSU and the NMSU family. But we have managed to get through this in a very good shape. As a university throughout the state of New Mexico, we have fared very well because we have been prepared and we have worked well. We had a plan before the pandemic. We continue to have the plan. We are following that plan, that strategic plan. And so we're doing a lot of things that we needed to do to improve the university, and the improvements are showing. So for example, we are the only major university within the state that our enrollment, instead of falling, it actually went a little bit up this year, even with a pandemic. If you look around, the rest of the universities have lost 2 and 3 and 5, and some of them as much as 10% of their enrollment. And I'm talking about the main campus in Las Cruces right now. The other thing that I wanted to also say is that we've also improved our research enterprise. Our faculty have come together, created big teams. They went out there and they competed very, very well. So our research enterprise has grown again. For the last 2 years, we have a nearly 15% growth in our research enterprise, which is very good for our graduate education, very good for our undergraduate education, because the more we do, the more undergraduates we pull into that experience. And so the final thing that I wanted to say is that For those of you that haven't been following what we do here at NMSU, for the third semester now, many of our classes are online. The majority of our classes are what we call hybrid. In other words, some face-to-face and some online, and the students can pick and choose. If they want to go to have that class on face-to-face, they can go to the classroom. If they choose to stay home or in their dorm room, they can do that too and still be part of that lecture. And then we have about a 12 to 13% of our classes that are solely face-to-face because we can't do it otherwise. As we move forward, based on the projections that we see in terms of vaccinations and in terms of how the virus is behaving and what we hear from the federal side, from the state side, and a lot of the data that we collect, we are planning for pretty much a normal fall this coming year. So come August, September of 2021, we're going to have the university open so all the students can come back if they want to. Faculty and staff by then will be vaccinated. Most likely we will have many of our students also vaccinated. So we are planning for a pretty close to normal fall, and we can always pivot to something different if things change. But right now, that is our plan. And as we come back for the fall, we hope to also have our social lives back together. We hope to have athletic events taking place. And boy, we are looking forward to that next fall. So welcome to all of you. Congratulations to all of you. And as always, go Aggies.
Oh, Aggies. Thank you, Dr. Flores. The third part of our teaching wheel is our director, Rebecca. She helps us with that class too. And we just really love being with our students. But it's also awesome to be with our outstanding alumni. And that's what we're here to celebrate tonight. I did want to mention that in the gallery, we have many members of our Alumni Association board. I particularly wanted to just do a shout out to our board president, Carol Smallwood. She's a former distinguished alumni herself from the College of HSS. So Dean Cooper, I know you're happy to hear that. Class of 1988 DA class. And between Carol and members of the alumni board, they're just an exceptional group of alumni. They serve, at the will of the university, they give back time, money, talent, everything. I'm just really grateful to have worked with so many exceptional members of the alumni community. And I just wanted to do a personal, heartfelt thank you that I appreciate you all being here tonight. The Alumni Association really is one of the oldest organizations at New Mexico State. It began in May 24th, 1898, and together with university partners, we keep the alumni connected with the university and each other. We create engaging opportunities and events to ensure the Aggie spirit our graduates leave with stays alive and remains strong. It's also our privilege to thank the wonderful donors who support current generations of Aggies. We have thousands of scholarships that support our students, and we would be nowhere without our donors and our alumni who give back. And so we're very grateful. To celebrate alumni success, the NMSU Alumni Association presents accomplished alumni and friends with the association's highest honors, the Distinguished Alumni Award, the James F. Cole Memorial Award for Service, and for the second year only, the Young Alumni Service Award. These awards showcase and honor our great talent in our NMSU graduates, and it's with deep appreciation and admiration that I introduce the deans of our academic colleges to introduce this year's honorees. So we will begin tonight. Dean Flores, if you will join me, we will begin by recognizing tonight the 2020 honoree for the Young Alumni Service Award. Again, this is only in its second year, and the graduate has to be younger than 40 years of age, but has made great strides both professionally and philanthropically, shaping their community's future through service. This year's recipient is impressive. Dean Flores, will you introduce the recipient?
Yes, Leslie, it is my distinguished pleasure and honor to introduce the Young Alumni Service Award to Russell Hernandez, a graduate of 2004. And I'm going to read a little bit about Why is this and why he deserves this tremendous honor? A small business owner, Russell Hernandez, has demonstrated a strong leadership in his industry and the community locally, statewide, and nationally. Russell serves as a member of the School of Hotel, Restaurant, and Tourism Management Board of Directors, a guest speaker for the College of ACES and College of Business, and co-pioneer for Experience Mesilla, and a member of many other community and statewide boards in the hospitality industry. Russell graduated from NMSU with a bachelor's in science in agricultural economics and agricultural business. During his time at NMSU, Russell was a student ambassador for ACES and served on several student organization councils. Russell is the owner and operator of Salud de Mesilla, a unique and multicultural inspired restaurant that since opening in 2016 has received local and national recognition. Russell and Salud have earned awards including the 2018 Las Cruces Hispanic Chamber Small Business of the Year, 2019 National Restaurant Association Best Restaurant Neighbor, runner-up, the Sonny Brown Business of the Year Award from the Rotary Club, and Comida Encantada Fan Favorite Restaurant Award. Russell contributes his time and treasure to many departments and organizations throughout the NMSU system, including NAMA, HRTM, Dance Sport, Cheer Athletics, and the NMSU Foundation. And it is the founder of Time of Your Life Endowed Scholarship. Russell and Salud also support dozens of nonprofit organizations, the schools, and the Las Cruces Mesilla community. Thank you very much for everything, Russell.
Russell, you want to turn on your camera? There we go.
I'm working on it.
Congratulations.
Great to see everybody. Thank you very much. Wow, what an honor. Dean Flores, thank you for that great introduction. You know, we're in this different climate and culture with everything by Zoom. So this is interesting and fun. Wow. And to start up, I'm the first one. Thank you. Nerve-wracking a little. I grew up here in Las Cruces and in particular spent a lot of time on this beautiful campus throughout the years. Along the way, I've met some amazing staff, professors, and students that have each had their unique contribution to the university setting, but more importantly, the impact of my life and growing up here in Las Cruces. What I do today does not even feel like work. From running my small business to sitting and actively participating on local, state, and national boards. I love what I do. And I would not be able to do it without my education from here at NMSU. Giving back to such a supportive community, in particular, the university system that I grew up in, is only fitting. I can recall the first time that I had the opportunity to attend an alumni awards banquet. I thought to myself, wow, look at all these talented individuals and what they've accomplished since graduation. I thought to myself, I want to be up there one of these days receiving that award. Here we are today. I'm receiving the Young Alumni Service Award, a new award that's only been given out twice so far. That's crazy to think. And so it has so many years to come, showcasing the talent and service that is derived from our amazing university. I want to take this moment just to thank a few people who were involved in the process of this award, whether they realize it or not. So many friends and family members. Chris, my fiance, my mom, Carrie, my grandmother, Carol, aunts, uncles, cousins. I have a large family, so I'm not going to name everybody, okay? So many friends, Cindy, Cassie, Dr. Flores, Dr. Hertzman, Leslie, Seneca. I mean, the list can go on and on. I think the most important part of that is that every single one of these friends that I met along the way are now practically my family. It takes a village. And let me tell you, here at NMSU, we have such an amazing, supportive village. I'm so humbled to have received this award and recognition from the university, a place that I truly call home. I'm looking forward to giving back to my home as much as I can in many different capacities in the future. We're all in it to win it. Thank you, everyone. Go Aggies.
Russell, we're so proud of you. And for those of you that live in Las Cruces, if you ask Russell nicely, he might give you some of his corn poblano soup. It is the best soup. And he knows that with the days he makes it, I'm taking gallons home. So Russell, we're so proud of you. Under 40 and accomplished so much. So congratulations. We just really are so happy to celebrate with you.
Thank you again.
Thank you. So next we will recognize the James F. Cole Memorial Award for Service. It's our highest service award. The James F. Cole Memorial Award for Service recognizes outstanding support and involvement with NMSU civic and humanitarian service and professional achievement. This year's recipient is also a graduate of the College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences. Dean Flores, if you'll join me, and Randy, if you'll turn on your camera as well.
Thank you, Leslie. It is my pleasure again to introduce the awardee for the James F. Cole Memorial Award for Service, Randy Farmer, a graduate of 1976. And let me read a little bit about him. For the past 3 decades, Randy Farmer has been involved with NMSU as one of the most loyal and committed supporters. Randy is a partner with Genesis Builders, Incorporated, and he has a BS in Agriculture and Horticulture and an honorary master's degree in agriculture. Recently, Randy and his wife Cindy were named Outstanding Plant and Environmental Science Alumni in the College of ACES. And he was also awarded Citizen of the Year from the Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce in 2002. The Greenhouse Incorporated in Las Cruces was Randy's landscaping business that was involved in building playground equipment, playing fields, shade structures, and landscaping for the public schools. When he closed the business, he was able to donate 2 acres of box trees to the city of Las Cruces. Randy is always willing to hire NMSU students, both before and after they graduate. A member of the Sam Steele Society, Randy has made major contributions to the NMSU Landscape Garden and served as the driving force for the Landscape Technician program at the Doñana Community College. His ongoing contributions to the Plant and Environmental Sciences Department aid with student travel, internships, and instructional programs. Randy and Cindy have the endowed scholarship that aids 5 to 6 students in the Department of Plant and Environmental Sciences each year. And he has inspired contributions to other endowed scholarships, such as the R.W. Ludwig, Watson Williams, Daryl Sullivan, Bruce Edhart, Deborah M. Widger, and Ullery, Outstanding Women in Science. Most recently, the couple donated 12 cedars of Lebanon trees to NMSU to honor the storytellers of Las Cruces area. Randy's activities are not motivated by the opportunity for financial reward, but rather to build relationships and to serve his family, alma mater, and community. Thank you very much, Randy.
Randy, would you like to say a few words?
Well, I would like to, this award has really humbled me because I had to research James Cole, who he was. And frankly, there wasn't a lot on NMSU's stuff list and or the website or anything about James Cole. So I actually went out and had to do some research, but I met lots of people along the way. And I also talked to many of the honorees, and I was even more humbled because I know them all, or most of them. I did graduate in 1976, and to tell you the truth, the biggest honor about NMSU is my wife, Cindy. We got married in 1976 upon graduation, and I met her at NMSU. So my life was changed immediately and still is every day by her grace. And the thing that we enjoy most is those students that we are able to sponsor by scholarships. We get to talk to them and hear their things. And what has really changed our lives is the last probably 2 or 3 years that we have got to talk to those students. Most of the students were in parts of our field that were not even available to us or weren't even on the radar to what we had graduated in. A lot of the medical professions, we both were horticulturalists, and it was just amazing to us to find out that what was available in today's market for our field. And it just has amazed us to be able to help a few students with a little bit and see their glow and see how much they love the Aggies.
Randy, congratulations. And I also met my husband while I was in school, so I can appreciate the Aggie love between you and Cindy. And ours is going on 34 years of marriage. So you've been married maybe a little bit longer than us. So we're, but an inspiration to many in so many ways. So congratulations, Randy. We're really, really proud of you. So now we will move on to the Distinguished Alumni portion of the program. And we honor our Distinguished Alumni in alphabetical order by college. One of these days, I promise Dean Cooper will flip and HSS gets to go first, I promise. But tonight we're still going the time tradition of alphabetical by college. So that puts us at the College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences. The Distinguished Alumni Award recognizes living New Mexico State University alumni who have achieved national or international distinction by their accomplishments and leaderships. Dean Flores will present his awardee.
My pleasure, Leslie. As a Distinguished Alumni Award for the College of ACES, I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Klaus Beamer, graduate of 1985. Leading American embryologist, Dr. Klaus Beamer has a master's degree in reproductive physiology from the College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences from NMSU and a PhD from LSU. In Kirkland, Washington, Dr. Beamer is currently the scientific director and co-owner of Poma Fertility. Poma Fertility is renowned for their top success rates, and clinical excellence has produced some of the first raised CGH pregnancies in the world. Additionally, Dr. Beamer is one of the first embryologists in the US to achieve pregnancies with human blastocyst. He has acted as an off-site director of several fertility clinics, including the IBF centers in Spain, Argentina, Peru, and Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Has a consulting company called KEW Technology, and is the scientific advisor for embryo tools. Klaus is also a frequent speaker at professional meetings in the US and internationally, has published over 80 peer-reviewed articles and book chapters on the wide range of topics in clinical embryology. Among the many awards Klaus has earned in his practice are the Life Award for Laboratory Innovations in Fertility and Embryology, overall grand prize awarded by the American Society for Reproductive Medicine, and Embryologist of the Month by the American College of Embryology, an international organization of scientists. Klaus is a significant contributor to the Department of Animal Sciences and is dedicated to mentoring generations to come at NMSU. He serves as a guest speaker and advisor to students while advocating areas of employment that are underserved within the animal science industry. His future is the plan to support and help establish the Advanced Reproductive Technologies Lab in the College of ACES at NMSU. Klaus, congratulations And thank you for all your support.
Thank you very much, Dean. I am so honored to be here. I know I sound like a broken record, like so many of the guests that are on here, but to be with a group of other colleagues speaks highly of New Mexico State. It's just an amazing university, and I'm humbled to be sitting in an arena with such giants. This award means so much to me because when I came to New Mexico State, I was your typical 21-year-old person who was somewhat lost, a little cocky, thinking I had figured it all out, like a lot of 21-year-old guys do. And I was lucky enough to be accepted to New Mexico State, and I was even luckier to have Dr. Jack Ruddle as my advisor. And I was also able to spend a lot of times with Dr. Dennis Hawford. And so between both of those gentlemen really helped me become the person that I was. I remember Dr. Ruddle telling me that it's in all of us what we really want out of life, but it's up to us to find it. Nobody's going to spoon feed it to us. And he was so right. New Mexico State provided me with the tools so that I could look within myself to find what my skill sets were and what my passion was. And through that discovery, I realized that I would always have a place in my heart for New Mexico State. As I've been able to move through the ranks of life, I always look back and I go, it's on the shoulders of giants such as Dr. Ruddle and Dr. Hawford, and just so many wonderful professors and friends and colleagues at New Mexico State that helped me. And I am very committed to seeing New Mexico State continue to help its agricultural program develop in ways that we need to increase all the aspects of biotechnology. The college is a wonderful platform for us to launch into so many aspects, and I'm really excited to get to be a part of that. But above all, Dean Flores, thank you so very much. And to all the wonderful people who've been involved in this, thank you. I will never forget that. Go Aggies. And oh, by the way, I just love my medallion. It's perfect. I've worn it all day today at work, even over my scrubs. And people are like, what the heck is that? Did you win a gold medal? I said, I won even better than that. I won it here. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Klaus, we look at it as you're our Olympian. So you wear that with pride. We give it to you with deep admiration. Thank you so much and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, nice job. So now we will move on to the College of Arts and Sciences. The Distinguished Alumni in the College of Arts and Sciences is actually in two categories. We have recipients for both the Sciences and Social Sciences and the Arts and Humanities. And they will be introduced by Dean Pontelli. Jesse, if you want to turn on your camera, we're going to do your award first.
Thank you so much, Leslie. And it is my greatest honor to recognize the recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award in the Sciences and Social Sciences. So I'm going to read a few highlights of Jesse's career, which is just incredible. Jesse Guardiola was born to immigrant parents and was the first high school and college graduate in his entire extended family. Jesse holds a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice from NMSU and a Master of Science from Oklahoma State University. He is a senior officer with the Tulsa Police Department with 24 years of experience and holds 3 concurrent roles within the department: Hispanic Outreach Director, Minority Workforce Recruiter, and Academy Diversity Inclusion Instructor. Jesse has been recognized and honored with nearly 20 different service, impact, and achievement awards over the years, locally, statewide, and nationally. In 2019, Officer Guardiola received one of the highest honors for sworn officers, the National Distinguished Service in Policing Award, chosen and presented by William P. Barr, the U.S. Attorney General. His Hispanic outreach program also received national recognition by the Vera Institute of Justice. For his extensive research in diversity and inclusion and tireless efforts in building bridges between police, immigrants, and first-generation Hispanic American children, he was asked to speak on his outreach program in Cos, Switzerland at Initiative for Change, Just Governance for Human Security. It serves actively on a dozen of boards at committees, commissions, and councils for service, criminal justice, Hispanic programs, and public schools, and is the Diversity and Minority Recruitment Chair of the Tulsa Rotary Club. Jessie works closely with NMSU Career Services and the Department of Criminal Justice, and has successfully recruited approximately 50 NMSU graduates to the Tulsa Police Department, producing a diverse group of bilingual and bicultural officers. Jessie, the College of Arts and Sciences is truly proud of you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you. And I want to thank everyone, just like the lovely people that went before me. This is just an incredible honor. And I've been thinking about it all day, just from the path that coming from an impoverished background to the point of where we are here today. And it definitely takes a village. So I want to personally thank all those decision makers that are listening today that impact children, especially children that need a village to help them get to where God has intended for them to get to. And it does take an absolute village to just get them onto that next path. So for all of you that take chances on children that maybe were juvenile delinquents like myself growing up, and decided that, all right, this kid's got some promise. Let's give him a shot, and continue to do so, just like New Mexico State did on me. I know coming from, with parents from immigrants from Chihuahua, Mexico, education was secondary to survival. And so for me, it was the work ethic that was instilled by my parents, but I needed men and women, both in education, in community, that gave me a chance, and then got me to college. And from there, I had an exceptional support staff there at NMSU that helped me, not only the people that work there, but the students that you recruit day in, day out, that make what I would call the salt of the earth human beings. And it's one of the greatest privileges of my life is to go back on campus. I love it there. Matter of fact, a quick story. So in recruitment of Tulsa police officers from NMSU, often they'll be sitting in a squad table, new police officers, new recruits, and the people in their squad, a lieutenant or somebody, one of their colleagues says, "So where are you from?" And they'll say, "Well, New Mexico." And they'll look and say, "Oh, that Jesse. I mean, are they not hiring in New Mexico? Because all I see is New Mexico State graduates everywhere I turn." And it's because of the caliber and the individuals that NMSU puts out. So I want to thank all of those that, again, take chances on kids. Matter of fact, I just recruited one of our all-stars from NMSU, and he had a checkered past, dealt with some gang issues in Anthony, New Mexico. And I saw some potential in him, and I knew he would make an exceptional officer. And he has, and he's a new officer on our department, and he's already receiving accolades. And we both just talked recently about the life that NMSU has given us. And I'm just excited about those kinds of individuals that continue to give back to us. And I want to thank everyone again for giving me this opportunity. This is by, I was asked just the other day, getting the medal from the United States Attorney General or New Mexico State. And I said, Attorney General second, by far second behind this. So I want you guys to know that this right here, just like you were saying earlier, weighs heavily on the chest, and I will proudly wear it. So thank you, and go Aggies.
Jesse, I have to say, when I had the honor of calling all of the recipients to let them know that they had been selected, I felt like I won the award after I spoke with Jesse. Your enthusiasm is contagious. And if you share that with your recruits and the people that you work with, they are so mightily blessed. So we're very proud of you and can't thank you enough for the work that you do. And so much congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. God bless you.
Thank you. Dean, shall we move on to arts and humanities?
Absolutely. So it is now my greatest honor to recognize the recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award for the Fine Arts and Humanities. And the recipient is Jackie Say McGehee. In the 45 years she spent teaching piano and voice, Jackie created a fertile training ground for the musically gifted in our state. Along with her education at the University of Albuquerque, Jackie earned a master's degree from NMSU in piano performance and pedagogy. Midway through her degree, a professor presented her with a certificate that says, "Jackie McGehee knows everything." She cherishes the challenges, laughter, and fun for her experience that NMSU gave her. Jackie has served in Texas as president of the Youth Opera Guild and the El Paso Professional Music Teachers Association, where she organized the El Paso Festival of Pianos, which involved assembling 100 piano students to perform simultaneously on 50 pianos. She was named Woman of the Year in Music by the El Paso Times. In New Mexico, Jackie has served as president of the New Mexico Symphony Guild, now the Music Guild of New Mexico, and chair of the board of the New Mexico Symphony Orchestra. She is a recipient of the Albuquerque Arts Alliance Bravo Award, and most recently was inducted into the 2020 Silver Horizon Seniors Hall of Fame. While chair of the board of the New Mexico Symphony Orchestra, Jackie developed a 5-year education plan in Albuquerque involving musical opportunities for all ages. Jackie's Young Artist Competition for Piano and Strings has been active for 28 years and has given New Mexico musicians aged 10 to 21 the opportunity to showcase their talent and earn scholarships, many of which have been accepted into the nation's most prestigious University of Music. Jackie established the Larry McGehee Memorial Scholarship in 1978, NMSU's most substantial annual scholarship for pianists in memory of her son. The scholarship alone has been an exceptional tool in recruiting talented musicians and advancing the music department's piano major over the years. Jackie, we are really proud of you and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I would like to start by thanking New Mexico State University. The opportunities that were afforded me were so great and came at such an opportune time in my life. I had a wonderful piano instructor, Dr. William Leland, and he had a great sense of humor, as you can tell by the certificate I received. And I want to thank New Mexico State for giving the opportunity to all the pianists for 40 years. That itself is something that I will cherish forever. My husband and I were able to establish that and be grateful that we can continue it. And you mentioned that we do have a young artist competition. Yes, in 28 years. And this year, we had 6 violinists from the orchestra to enter the competition. That was a first. It was very important. One of the opportunities that I have had as a teacher has been to experience the growth that is important in the field of music and how it has been able to develop other attributes of students. Thanks to my mother and father, I began at 6 years of age. I will say one other thank you. It's always grateful that in my heart that I had a wonderful family that supported me, my husband Everett, my daughter Meredith, her husband Jeff, and my grandson in the Navy, Timothy. In addition, as many of you have said, lots of friends along the way to give you support. I will always cherish my medal. Yes, I've been wearing it as much as the rest of you. And I want to say again, thanks to all of you, and go Aggies.
Go Aggies. Jackie, I played the piano all my life, and I can't imagine life without music. And so from all of your students and all of the people you've touched, and we just congratulate you on this award, and it is so well deserved. And it's just a humbling experience to really to be with you tonight. So
well, you
congratulations.
Know, like they said, it took a village to get this where we are. And I thank everybody who's done that, and especially my husband, Everett, who has helped us along the way. I'll say that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Congratulations. So now we will move on to the College of Business. If Dean Hoffman will join me, and Jareen, you can turn on your camera, we will introduce his honoree.
Wow, this is just such an honor. It brings back memories of when I interviewed here to be the Dean of the College of Business. And I remember meeting Jareen during my interview process. And she was just so welcoming. And I'll never forget that. And it just gave my wife and I such a great feeling about NMSU. And what struck me about Jareen when I first met her was her warmth, her grace, and her business savvy, and also just how much she loved NMSU. So this is just a real highlight being dean here, and I'll give you a little bit more background on Jareen so you can really appreciate her success and how much she's given back to the community. She holds a BBA in Business Systems Analysis from NMSU and an MS from George Washington University. She served on the Board of Regents here at NMSU and has been awarded several accolades from NMSU, including the James Cole Memorial Award for Service, the Spirit Service Award, and is inducted in the College of Business Hall of Fame. And she continues to serve on our advisory committee, has been on the presidential and dean search committees. She's an annual guest lecturer in various classes, including my own class that I teach. And she's a proud member of the Sixth Man Club and Leadership NMSU class of 2001. Over the years, she has supported numerous NMSU organizations, including foundation, fundraising events, sport teams, cultural organizations, and the Aggie Cupboard. And she's also just really done a lot for the community. And that just really stood out from day one when I arrived as dean. And then between her and her husband, Tom, they've owned and they've operated La Posta, and they recently opened Hacienda de Mesilla Grill Inn and Cantina. And so she's received a lot of awards, including the 2001 Greater Las Cruces Chamber of the Year Award. So without further ado, it's just really an honor to introduce Jareen. So I'll turn it over to Jareen.
Thank you, Dean Hoffman. 2020, oh, what a year. Who could have ever predicted the devastation on our families, our community, our country, and yes, our world that the COVID pandemic has wrought? But through it all, we live in an amazing and giving community that truly cares, and for that, I am blessed and grateful. Tonight, I am very honored and humbled to be awarded as Distinguished Alumni for the College of Business. Along with the other distinguished alumni being recognized this evening, this special Aggie Crimson silver lining in a rather unpredictable time that we are living is one to be cherished, remembered, and celebrated for the ages. Go Aggies. To be recognized by one's colleagues and Aggie community is an achievement that I treasure. As I reflect on this recognition at this moment in time, there is no doubt that the quality education I received from NMSU and the College of Business laid a strong foundation for my accomplishments to date. It is inspiring to me to have worked in various cities throughout the country in a variety of positions and to finally come full circle with my family, my career, and to return to my hometown, supporting the community where I was born, raised, and educated, but mostly that I love. But I would not be here today or be who I am without the many blessings bestowed upon me. I thank God for the most positive and loving influences in my life, my dad, the late Rudy Communis, an NMSU grad of 1953, and my mom, the lovely Bea, looking down upon our family with love. I am also grateful to my best friend and husband of 40 plus years, Hutch, also known as Tom, Captain, and other terms of endearment accumulated over many years of negotiating, compromise, love, and laughter. I am grateful for my 3 adult children, Christopher, Brett, Elena, my daughter-in-law, Andrea, and my sweet, energetic granddaughter, Olivia, and soon to arrive grandson, Carter. They center me. And all my host of family Aggies, my siblings. As we continue to journey through this time of uncertainty, there is still one major aspect of my life that I continue to believe in wholeheartedly. I believe that a quality education is the one great equalizer, and now more than ever, NMSU is the catalyst needed and the driving force that will successfully move our students towards their academic and personal achievement. An NMSU degree is quite simply priceless, especially in today's time. As I close, I would like to thank Leslie Cervantes and her dedicated alumni staff and Dean Hoffman and the College of Business for their continued good works during this time, as well as the greater NMSU family. I would like to challenge everyone here to always make a difference. Make a difference for your family, a child in need, a student, your community, and the great university that is NMSU. With a grateful heart, thank you, and God bless each one of you. Go Aggies.
Go Aggies. Jareen, thank you so much. Dean Hoffman, you forgot to mention her greatest accolade of all, which is she is a tequila connoisseur. And although I have been through many, many, many roads with Jareen, I think my tequila journeys with Jareen have been my favorite. So Jareen, well-deserved. I don't know what our community would be without you. We're so, so grateful for all that
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. We will now move on to the College of Education. If Dean Pichon will join me, and Mariela, if you want to turn on your video, Dean, I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. I want to take some time to introduce you all to one of our graduates in the College of Education, Dr. Mariela Rodriguez. She earned her PhD at NMSU in Education Administration on a W.K. Kellogg Fellowship through the Hispanic Border Leadership Institute. She is currently the interim department chair and professor in the Department of Educational Leadership and Policy Studies at the University of Texas at San Antonio, where she was the associate dean of the graduate school prior. Dedicated to improving the educational experiences of students from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds, Dr. Rodriguez has chaired and co-chaired 41 doctoral graduate student dissertations, and probably more since this was written. Dr. Rodriguez also has worked with women are part of underrepresented student groups. She has led the Tenure and Promotion Committee 2 years in a row and has participated in several faculty searches within the college as the diversity, access, and equity advocate. She has also served as president of the University Council for Educational Administration and chair of the Hispanic Research Issues Special Interest Group within the American Educational Research Association. Dr. Rodriguez has published her research in nearly 20 journal articles, 10 books, chapters, and 4 co-edited books, and has presented her research at numerous national and international research conferences. She has earned recognition for her research and mentoring activities, including the Professional Pairing of the Year Mentorship Award, alongside with her mentee from the Texas Association of Chicanas in Higher Education, the Distinguished University Faculty Award and Best Paper Award from the Action Research SIG from the American Educational Research Association. Dr. Rodriguez continues to support the College of Education through charitable gifts and collaborations on research initiatives and publications. And she serves as an external reviewer for the Tenure and promotion dossiers within the Department of Educational Leadership. I was very fortunate to meet Dr. Rodriguez at the celebration that we had in the fall. And although I have cursed COVID, one of the things that COVID has allowed us to do is to do these events virtually. And so I was able to meet a lot of her colleagues, friends, and students, and really have an opportunity to hear the impact of Dr. Rodriguez's work. And I hate that not all of you had an opportunity to share that experience with us, but I am hopeful that her friends, colleagues, and students have joined her here tonight to help us recognize all of her achievements. And so I'll turn it over to Dr. Rodriguez, but I am thankful that we have an opportunity to honor you yet again.
Thank you so much, Dean Pichon. I really appreciate that. And it has been such an honor as well to meet you virtually, and hope the next time that I'm on the NMSU campus, we can give each other a hug. So I want to thank, of course, the Alumni Association for this special recognition. Alongside my husband, Edwin Carrasquillo, we thank you very much for this opportunity to be able to join this distinguished group. I'm originally from Brownsville, Texas. And so really my first foray out of state for college work was NMSU, because I figured, well, it didn't seem too far outside of Texas. So I was able to attend NMSU for the PhD program. I definitely must give thanks to my mentor and dear friend, Professor Emeritus, Dr. Maria Luisa Gonzalez. She continues to be an inspiration for me and a role model. And so without her mentorship, without her tutelage, without her care, I certainly would not be where I am today. So huge thanks to Malu, as she's affectionately known, and many of you probably know her that way. So when it comes to NMSU, just wonderful memories. And Dean Pichon referred to my dear colleagues and cohort members who were present at the college ceremony. Just wonderful memories of time to not only join in education, to join in the spirit of NMSU, but to really grow with each other as people and as leaders, trying to not only navigate the PhD program, but able then to make connections with our faculty and with the students that we taught. I was able to be a teaching assistant while I was at NMSU, and so that's where my love of university teaching came. I had attended NMSU with the intention to become a superintendent of schools, but in the end, having been a teaching assistant with those wonderful young undergrads at NMSU, I changed my career trajectory to university teaching, and I certainly do not regret that at all. It has been the best decision to be able to work with teachers, educators, and future leaders, and I have NMSU to thank for that inspiration. Of course, all of my professors, all the staff in the College of Education, and my colleagues who helped shape me who I am today. I really appreciate this recognition and will continue to always hold NMSU close to my heart.
Dr. Rodriguez, we just want to congratulate you. And when I look back and I think about my favorite teachers in K-12 or my professors at NMSU, they have that same joy that you spew with us tonight. And students are engaged to that. And so I know that you have blessed many, many young people in your career. And from all of us at New Mexico State, we can't tell you how proud that you share that joy with our next generation. So congratulations to you and job well done.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say that an interesting connection of a current tenure track faculty member in the Department of Educational Leadership was my former doctoral student at UTSA, Dr. Pam Gray. So nothing like coming full circle where she's now a tenure track faculty member in the department where I earned my PhD.
That is exceptional. That's awesome. That's really, really great. Thank you so much, Mariela, and congratulations to you. Thank you, Dean. We will now move on to the College of Engineering for Dr. Lakshmi Reddy to introduce his recipient. And Manny, if you want to turn on your camera, that would be great.
All right. Thank you, Leslie. I'm so honored, I'm so pleased, and I'm so humbled to introduce the outstanding distinguished alum for the College of Engineering, Manny Mora. Manny Mora was inspired to become an engineer after viewing the space shuttle taking off, flying into space, and landing back on Earth in the early 1980s. He earned his bachelor's in electrical engineering from NMSU. Part of a Navy co-op program, he spent half his time in Newport, Rhode Island, working in a Navy research lab, and the other half in Las Cruces studying. Manny is currently on the College of Engineering Dean's Advisory Board and the Physical Sciences Laboratory CREW Program Council. CREW stands for Classified, Ready, Employable Workforce. He was previously chair for the Electrical and Computer Engineering Academy at NMSU and still serves as its member. He travels to Las Cruces at least twice a year from the DC area to provide guidance, advice, and mentorship to engineering students. After graduation, Manny went on to work for Motorola as the company's first Hispanic engineering section manager, overseeing the Joint Surveillance and Target Acquisition Radar System program. He later received Motorola's Engineering Award, presented to less than 2% of their engineers and scientists. In recognition of his impact on the industry, Manny has also earned the Hispanic Engineer National Achievement Award for technical contribution. Manny is currently working as the Vice President and General Manager of the Space and Intelligence Systems for General Dynamics Mission Systems in the National Capital Region, where he leads the business responsible for delivering advanced technical solutions in support of the gathering, dissemination, and exploitation of intelligence for the US and its allies. The customers he serves include the US Space Force, intelligence community, Department of Defense, and NASA. An extraordinary philanthropist to NMSU, Manny has provided transformational support to the Dean's critical needs for the College of Engineering. I'm so fortunate to be associated with you, Manny, and I'm so thankful for the friendship and for all you do to the College of Engineering. Congratulations to you. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean Reddy, and thank you, New Mexico State. I'm blessed. I'm blessed and honored to be here amongst all of you. New Mexico State changed my life, as Dr. Reddy said. I was inspired to be an engineer when back in the early 80s, NASA was prominent. If you remember, the space shuttle was being launched and landing, and the whole country would come to a standstill to watch the space shuttle. And so that inspired me, and I went to New Mexico State, and it was a wonderful experience. Just the caring and support from all of the professors there got me an education, and just coming back full circle 37 years later, I hope all of you saw that we landed a rover Perseverance in Mars just last week. And the organization that I'm responsible for built the communications modules that link that rover back to Earth. And so it's just stunning to me thinking that New Mexico State, I did this for me. It helped me become an engineer. And now 37 years later, I'm supporting NASA as my customer, building communication systems like that for NASA. And again, only through the support that I got from New Mexico State. And I think what I relate to Dean Reddy in my conversations with him is that a lot of what helped me be successful is the care and the nurturing of the professors. And my mentor there was Dr. George Lucky. I'll always remember him for him helping me. And as Dr. Reddy mentioned, I was part of a co-op program in New Mexico State, and I went to Newport, Rhode Island, and again, 37 years ago, I asked Alexandra, my wife, to be my girlfriend, and then I went to Rhode Island, and I disappeared. And here she's she stuck with me, and here we are 37 years later, and I couldn't have done what I've done throughout my career and having a family without the wonderful support of my wife and my best friend and my partner, Alexandra. I haven't had a chance to introduce her to you, Dean, but I hope to when we come out again. I do miss those trips to Las Cruces. They're wonderful, and I look forward to them every year. So I hope to get back to that. I've also been blessed with a wonderful family. They're out there in the gallery. Bernadette and her husband Kyle, Amanda and Manny, and her children. We have 2 grandchildren, Luz Mila and Jimena. My son David and his partner Tierno are out in Boston, hopefully watching, and then the youngest Marcella and Eric. I'm blessed with a wonderful family that has supported me and throughout this amazing journey. And as I sit back and reflect about how I started, I'm a first generation. My parents are immigrants. They immigrated from Mexico in 1959. So they came in and raised their children, instilled the value of work and an education in us. And so I want to thank them too for driving this into us, me and my siblings. I want to recognize them for all the hard work they did. I understand now how hard it was for them to make that journey across the border and then start what they started. But back to New Mexico State, I was in a meeting with Dr. Flores, and he said he made a comment that he said I've had a wonderful life because I went to New Mexico State, and I truly feel that I have had a wonderful life because I went to New Mexico State, and it's changed my world, it's changed my life, and thank you for all that you've done for me. And now I'm very involved with being ready with trying to pay it forward and trying to help those now that are coming behind us, and helping as many students as we can. My wife Alexandra and I are very much thinking about the future and about getting more children through education, especially those that are out there that they may not be the smartest ones. They may not be the ones getting noticed. And so we work very hard to try and help identify them, pluck them out, and then help them along the way, so that we can change their lives just like New Mexico State changed mine. So thank you again. Very blessed and very honored. Thank you.
Thank you, Manny, and congratulations. Dean Reddy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the last donor event and recognition we had was in person, was with Manny.
Correct.
Was that right, Manny, when
Yes.
you were visiting us? When was that? Well, it was before COVID. So
2019.
2019?
Yes.
19.
Yeah, late in the fall, right?
Right.
Yes. So it was an honor to meet you then. You're an inspiration to so many, and it's not like you have a little bit on your plate right now. So we appreciate you taking the time to allow us to just tell you how humbled we are that you're part of our Aggie family. And I secretly love your love story because, as I shared, I have that same kind of love story. And so congratulations to you. And we'll be watching as things evolve over the coming weeks and months for our Mars expedition. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you.
And I usually say we save our best for last. And I have to say that because Dean Cooper is always so patient to be at the end of the alphabet. And so since none of the other screens are on Dean Cooper, what the heck, right? So we move to the College of Health and Social Services and Dean Cooper.
Thank you, Leslie. Good evening, everyone. It is with great pleasure that I am able to introduce our distinguished alumni for the College of Health and Social Services. Lynn Van Pelt Fletcher. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Cooper. I'm good.
Great to see you. Lynn has an extensive background in the medical field where she puts her heart and soul into everything she does. Lynn first earned her associate's and bachelor's in nursing at NMSU, and then went on to complete her master's in business administration. I guess we had to show that college how to do stuff, right? She began her career as a pediatric nurse and a pediatric cardiology nurse specialist at the Texas Children's Hospital. After moving back to New Mexico, she took on a role as the director of the Women's and Children's Services for Loveless Health Systems, and not long after was promoted to Chief Nursing Officer. Lynn is currently the executive director of the Memorial Medical Cancer Center and has dedicated her career to cancer education and research. Her impact on New Mexico healthcare has earned her many awards, including the Nursing Excellence Award in both leadership and community service, the Mercy Award from Memorial Medical Center, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Volunteer of the Year Award, and the Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce Impact Award. Lynn has also been involved in dozens of community and national societies, professional organizations, and committees in nursing, pediatrics, family advocacy, and domestic violence. She is a founding member of the Immunization Coalition for the state of New Mexico. Lynn worked closely with NMSU as president of Cowboys for Cancer Research for nearly a decade and mentors several nursing students at the Cancer Center every semester. She also worked with the College of HSS to create our Living Wall. That's an exciting project and historical display of several generations of nursing for NMSU. She serves on the athletics board and planning committees, guest lectures, and offers her horse regularly for NMSU events. Lynn and her husband Dale also mentor NMSU student athletes and teach them how to ride and care for horses. Lynn, congratulations. You've got a big fan club with CHSS, with the university, with the community, with our community and beyond. We're very proud. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am very humbled and proud to be here amongst listening to all these stories. I am very humbled. I am a native New Mexican. My parents are Aggies. My kids are Aggies. The education I received from the College of Health and Social Services has allowed so many doors to open for me in the past 40 years. My husband and I don't miss any NMSU events. We love everything to do with the college. I'm always proud to say that I'm an Aggie. It's funny that everybody's talking about COVID. I'm holding a button. 2020 was the year of the nurse, and we'd like to give it back, and we don't want to have any more years named after us because we don't want to do it anymore. It's a rough year for nursing. I met one of the NMSU soccer players today, and I asked her how her year was going, and she said, well, and I was giving COVID vaccine, and I said, well, maybe you can play next year. She said, I'm sure hoping. But we got to talking about NMSU and her love for school, and it was exciting to know that the excitement I felt 40 years ago is still going on at the college. And she was excited to know that her career was just starting and how exciting it was to be an Aggie. And it was fun to just talk to her. So it's an amazing honor to be here. I'm very blessed to be with all of you. And even though we've had a little technical issues with me, I'm very sorry. I'm always the one, I'm sorry, Leslie. But I'm very honored, I'm very blessed, and thank you for having me.
Lynn, we're so happy to be able to honor you today. I've worked with Lynn on Cowboys for Cancer Research, millions of dollars raised over that decade. We may need to recruit you to University Advancement to be one of our development officers, but she is an exceptional community member. And, you know, on a personal note, she brings her horse, JJ, to our ring ceremony. She delivers our rings to our students that are graduating, that get their class ring. She delivers them on horseback the last couple of years. And so she's really part of our alumni family already. And now you're even in a greater way. And so, Lynn, we're so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you. And JJ has missed it because of COVID and is not very happy to not be coming.
We'll get him back in it. Hopefully, probably not spring, but hopefully fall. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
So if all of the panelists will turn their cameras back on, we'll all light up again. So if you'll all turn on your cameras again, we'll all be here together. And we're coming to a close tonight. I hope each of you understands just how impactful your success is, not only to you and your families, but for all of us at NMSU. You're setting a standard of success for our future Aggies and making it possible for them to believe that their dreams can be more than just a vision. I really want to take a moment to thank each of you for joining us. And I also want to let you know that when we can return together again, to be together again, we hope we can honor you in person at a future Distinguished Alumni dinner and really do that personal standing ovation round of applause that each of you so well deserves.
Hey, here's a toast to you. It's not tequila, but here's a toast for you for doing a fabulous job of hosting. This was wonderful. I'm grateful to you, to your staff, to Rebecca, to the university. Thanks.
Thank you, Jackie. Truthfully, other than teaching that presidential ambassador class, this one is right there with it on one of my favorite parts of my job. So I will say—
Hey, listen, one more thing. Come to Albuquerque and I'll buy lunch.
Oh, well, I'm coming.
Bye.
Dr. Arvizu, we want to close up tonight. Would you like to say some closing remarks?
Well, thank you, Leslie. These are always inspirational. I got to tell you, I brought a tear to my eye, and I love those love stories. Those are always very, very good. But the quality and the absolute passion of these award winners is infectious. It's contagious, and it certainly serves our institution well. So just thank you for all you do. Congratulations again to all the award winners. And congratulations to all the staff that have helped put this thing together. I agree with Jackie that you guys do a marvelous job. So thank you for making this virtual event as inspiring as it possibly can be. And we will look forward to that time when we can do personal hugs. And get
all right, keep going up to Santa Fe. We need you there.
Yes.
I will, Jackie. Thank you. Congratulations, everybody. Go Aggies.
Congratulations. And it's time to open a bottle of wine. Chris, I see you next to Russell. You better have a bottle of wine with you. So
we got started early. I hope that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. And Jareen, I don't know where your little tequila is, but for all of you, again, our deepest congratulations. Please go have a glass of wine, celebrate tonight, and know that it is a job well done and recognized by New Mexico State University. So on behalf of the Chancellor and the President, the Regents, myself, good night, everybody. And we hope to see you on campus really, really soon.
Thank you. Aggies.
Go Aggies.
Go Aggies.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night. Job well done.
Thank you, Jesse. Good night and congratulations to everyone.
Night.
Good night,
Love you, Jackie.